do that are affordable or free that will help you get visibility. It's sponsored by the Albany Farmers Market, Foundry Collective, and the Oregon Farmers, whatever, OFMA, Oregon Farmers Market Association.
Plural.
Markets, sorry, okay. And I'm Brad Attic. Foundry Collective is a nonprofit. We operate Corvallis Foundry, which is a shared workspace in Corvallis, but our greater mission is helping create what we call Main Street innovation hubs in smaller and rural communities. So we're supporting locations in Burns, Baker City, La Grande, Estacada, Coos Bay, and other locations like that. Then one of the other things we do is to try to help bring programming and curriculum and workshops out into the communities. So as we said, what are small businesses trying to do today? Well, 51.3% of them are trying to drive sales, okay? That's their number one thing. What else? Well, almost 48, 49% of them are trying to build brand awareness. So about half of you and your competitors are all trying to drive sales and get their brand seen. So what if we could do both? What if we can do both of those things at the same time? Well, we can. We can do it by maximizing a few online tools. We're going to talk about some tools that you may be using, you may not be using, you may not have heard of. We're going to go through this fairly slow. We're not going to get deep down into the weeds on this, but we'll take questions at the end. So I'm happy to kind of go through. I'm even happy at the end to pull up one of your websites or to help you look at something online. So what's important about your online presence? You got to be visible. Okay, nobody can find you. If they can't find you, you don't exist. So 73% of mobile searches trigger additional actions by the individuals that are searching. So if they're searching for farm stand and they're doing a local search and you come up, they're more likely to click on your link, come to your website, go to your Facebook page, or take action. And interestingly enough, about 55% of people that actually take an action and start looking on the website actually do something. They actually purchase something, or they sign up for a newsletter, or they take some form of action. So it's important to realize that particularly when people are looking on their mobile devices and making sure that you are, in fact, whatever your website and everything else is mobile optimized, they're taking action on these things. They're just not browsing. It's different than just going through your feed on Facebook or something and looking to see what Aunt Edna's up to, or looking for the latest goat video or cat video or something. You're actually going online and saying, okay, I'm looking for this or I'm looking for that. And when they find it, they take action. So make sure your website is mobile friendly. So what's important about your online presence? You got to be social. You got to interact. You've got to understand that when we're engaged online, we're having a conversation. I know there's some distance between us, but it has to be a two-way street. So if someone's coming to you, they're commenting, they're acting on things, they're signing up for your email news list, you're having a conversation with them. So be social. Almost half of people will like a page because they're engaged with the brand. Okay, that's important. A lot of ways to engage, but be persistent, continue. This is a slow process. Yeah, I got 5 followers. Guess what? I should probably be engaging with those 5 followers, because when I'm engaging with those 5 followers, their friends are seeing that I'm engaging, and I might go to 10, and 10 goes to 20, and pretty soon 20 is 100, and pretty soon I have 1,000. Then I have a pretty good group of people that are actively engaged with me, and I'm actively engaged with them. Make it fun. So your customers are online. 68% of customers who conduct local searches on the smartphone go to their store within 24 hours. Now, that could be a farm store, it could be a farmer's market, it could be going to your website if you're online. It doesn't necessarily mean you're searching for something and you're going to drive to that store, but people are going to engage. A lot of people go and engage with brands because they had a good online experience. A lot of people today are researching. They're comparing you to your competitors, or they're comparing you to their other options and saying, which one is easier for me, which one looks better, which one gives me the feeling that I want in order to buy from them or further engage with them. Your competitors are online too, and that's something to remember. Even though we're all friendly and we're all supportive of each other, there is competition out there, not necessarily, some within the room, but most of it from outside the room, from other ways that people get access to their food. So about 3/4 of small businesses see online marketing as a way to reach their customers. So they're engaging in this, okay? So your competitors are part of that 3/4 or 75%. About 2/3 of your competitors are spending about 4% of their revenues on marketing. So they're spending money on Facebook ads or other avenues to try to attract customers. So if you're not doing it, your competitors probably are doing it. 60% of small business leaders have problems implementing it. That's no surprise, okay? I would say that number is probably even higher. I would say a lot of small businesses have trouble implementing sound strategies to reach their customers online. Things change real quickly. I'm involved in online a lot, and I'll log on to something, and it's like completely different. I swear I was there like 4 hours ago. So there are challenges to effectively engaging. And also one of the other problems, and we talked about this at the last workshop, is we all try to do everything. Instead of focusing really in on one channel and getting really good at it, we try to be on every channel, or we try to engaging in multiple ways, which just makes the problem and the challenge much more complex. A little pet peeve of mine and some customers, and this I'm just throwing out because we have all done it, and some of you probably still do it. And it's okay, but it's a suggestion. Anybody have like an email address like smallfarmstand@gmail.com? Okay, your business name, but you've used a Gmail address for it. A lot of businesses do it. It's okay. But if you own your domain, you're doing yourself a disservice by not having an email address that ends in your domain. Okay, and I would encourage you, if you are doing this, to go look at G Suite. It's $6 a month. It allows you to set up an email address that could be like bob@smallfarmstand.com or susan@smallfarmstand.com. And it also allows you to set up those other email addresses that you might want, like info and sales, and those don't cost you anything. The other advantage of using G Suite is it gives you access to an entire host of the Google products. This is being done on Google Slides. It lets you create technically an online file cabinet where you can give access to other people, so you can share images and you can keep things so they're not on your hard drive and they can't get access to it. So you might just take a look at that if you are using a Gmail address or some other address. It's a good way, an inexpensive way to start to change what your email addresses look like, and Rebecca's an expert at G Suite. So let's talk a little bit about reasons you need a website. This came from a partner of ours that does a small digital marketing company, Lamplight Creatives, and she threw some really good numbers up here. Like, there's like a gazillion people on the internet. There's like a gazillion searches on Google every day. Almost a third of customers won't consider a business if they don't have a website. Doesn't mean it has to be 20 pages. It could be a simple one-page website, one of those ones that scrolls. It just talks about what you do, who you are, about you, and how to get in touch with you. 3/4 of us, what we see online impacts how we purchase and what we purchase. And unfortunately, 3 out of 4 of us went online today, probably even higher than that. Reasons to be on social media, which, some people love it, some people hate it. It's a necessary evil. A lot of people make decisions based on being on Facebook and Instagram, probably 2/3. A lot of people see Facebook and Instagram ads and make buying decisions based on them. 80% of consumers say a good social page authenticates the business, meaning a good-looking Facebook page with a good cover image and a good description about and posts that are meaningful tell people that this is a legitimate business. It's a business that I want to do business with. It's someone I want to follow. It's someone I want to be involved with. I like their story. A lot of small farms, a lot of small farm activities have this great story to tell. A great way to tell it is on social media. People love that part of it. It's a lot different than just having Doritos ads blasted at you all day long. And 3/4 of people are more likely to buy from a brand that they follow on social media. And all of you are brands. You are all brands. And a lot of people, look for online reviews. We'll talk a little bit later about reviews further down. So also, Canva 101. So Lamplight Creatives is having an event over at Corvallis Foundry. It's Wednesday, February 5th. It's $10, but it'll be an hour and a half on how to use Canva. Canva is one of the simplest tools available to make beautiful graphics, for social media. That one was created using Canva. The program was actually designed by an instructor who was spending more of the time teaching how to use the program than actually the concepts behind making great graphic design. So this is available. You're going to show you how to create a Canva account, learn functions and capabilities, and how to practice creating graphics. So if you're around on February 5th, Corvallis Foundry right downtown Corvallis, you can go to corvallisfoundry.com/en/events, sign up for that there. I want to talk a little bit about one of the tools that a lot of people don't use to their advantage, and it's free, and it's therefore affordable, and it's not going to take a lot of time. It's Google My Business and Bing Places for Business. So the 800-pound gorilla we all know is Google. I mean, it controls like 92% of all searches out there. But Bing and Yahoo searches are all still also important. So the first thing I want to talk about is Google My Business. How many of you have claimed your business listing on Google My Business? Okay. You may have and may not even remember, okay? Because that's something that sometimes we do is we go on and claim our business and we don't necessarily optimize it. Google, for all intents and purposes, is giving you a free platform to claim your business, put information up about your business, to promote your business, to do posts about your business, to post pictures about your business. Then guess what it ties into? Local search. Okay, so when someone's searching on the internet locally for, farm stand, CSA, farmer's market, organic eggs, whatever it may be, your optimized Google My Business will help you get higher rankings. So you can create an account, google.com/business. I said think G Suite here because it's really good if you can tie all of these accounts into like that master email address that you're always going to use, but you can always change it. You'll have to verify your business, okay? So Google requires you to use a physical address, and 95 to 99% of the time, it's going to send you a postcard. So you're going to go on, you're going to claim your business or set it up if it's not there, and then it's going to say, claim my business, and it's going to send you a postcard, and in 5 to 7 days, you get a postcard with like a 6-digit code. You'll go back to this site, and you'll put that code in, and that verifies your address for your business. Doesn't mean you have to have your physical plant there, but it means that you've got an address you're receiving your mail at, and that's the address you're using for your Google place. You're going to optimize your listing. We're not going to go into that tonight. It's pretty straightforward, but you're going to upload some pictures. You're going to put a description. You're going to put, if you have hours of operation, you're going to put a description about what you're doing. You're going to go in and just put in information that you would think as a customer you would want to find. And then there is a Google My Business app for your phone, okay? And one of the beautiful things about this is once you have this set up, you start to get insight. You get to see how many people are Googling your company's name, how many people are finding you on Google, how many people are looking for certain things, are they clicking through? So you're all of a sudden for free, and maybe 30 minutes of work, you're getting knowledge, you're getting information, you're getting some indicators of how people are looking for you on the internet, and it's all free.
What if you don't want people to know where you are physically located? Like most farms actually don't want people stopping by to say, I want to go.
So you can do a service business, and you can make some changes on that. So it's like a service business, and you can service in a radius, but Google still needs to know you're legitimate. Okay, so Google, you don't have to publish your address, but Google wants an address that they know you are in fact legitimate.
You can hide it.
Yeah.
And this is just a step towards like SEO.
It's a beginning step towards SEO, absolutely.
What is SEO?
Search engine optimization. Yeah, this is part of search engine optimization. What it's really doing is Google's giving you a platform so that you come up higher in their searches, okay? Think about this. Google is all about people search, and the better that they deliver to you what you're looking for, the more likely you are to use Google, right? And you're more likely then to do what? See advertisements and click on them and buy things from them, so Google makes more money. So the better that they can help you be presented to people that are looking for people like you, the better it is for everybody. So there's no ulterior motives here. There's no hidden agenda. They want search results to be as good as possible for you because you will use the service more. And then knowing the difference between Google My Business and Google Places, which is not that important anymore. So you'll see a screen somewhat like this. This is a claimed page, an unclaimed page. So if you pull up your business and see it's unclaimed, there's probably going to be a spot on there that says, are you the business owner? Okay. You're going to be able to click on that. You're going to go in there and be able to claim it. If you go on and you haven't claimed your business, you really don't want someone else to claim it. Okay. And people can do that sometimes, and they figure out how to kind of gain that. And then all of a sudden, you don't have control over your business listing. This is the 21st century equivalent of Yellow Pages, where you don't have to pay $700 a year for a Yellow Page ad. It's free. Okay. So you're going to create that account, claim your business. You're going to log into with the Google account you want associated with your business. So that's where I talk about using either a G Suite Gmail address or use that Gmail address, but always log into this with the Gmail address you are going to want associated with that business. That's the only thing to keep an eye on. Click Start Now, enter your business name. You can see here's another one that came up. Do you own this business? Claim it now. There are lots and lots of businesses out there that are unclaimed. Your business might be listed. Claim it. Verify it with your address. There's some other ways, but they're rarely offered. Once in a blue moon, it'll say someone will call you and you'll get an automated call or something, but almost always you get the little Google postcard in the mail. If you don't get it, you go back and say send it again, and they send it again because it's just a postcard. If the listing's already been claimed, a lot of times it was claimed by somebody you know. It might have been claimed by you and you forgot. It might have been claimed by an employee. It might have been claimed by somebody that was helping you out or something. So, it usually shows some email address up here, like there. The best thing you can do is ask around, try to remember the Gmail address, say, I wonder. Or if it has been claimed by someone inadvertently or for some odd reason, you can then put through a request to ask to have it come back to you. Takes a little bit of time, but most of the time, Google's very concerned about accuracy in its listings, so they'll do everything they possibly can to make sure that the actual owner of that business and that listing has control of it. Guessing the email, follow Google instructions. What's also nice about this is once you're set up, Early Bird Digital Marketing, you can go into info. You can put all sorts of information in there. Your hours. You don't have to put your street address, city, and state. Remember, it's really tied into local search, so you want to make sure that if people are looking for you, they're not coming up with some oddball thing. Every so often, I will Google, give me directions to Lebanon, and it keeps giving me like 6,000 miles away, and I'm like, why does it keep telling me when I'm 6,000 miles away from Lebanon? So it's not flawless. Optimize your listing. Be accurate, okay? This is really important because other people can still make suggested changes, and you'll get these emails that say, here's a suggested change to your listing, and if you don't respond within 7 days or something, Google will just make that change, okay? So make sure your listings are accurate so that people are going on there saying, oh no, this is not right. They're not open on Tuesdays, they're closed on Tuesdays. And they might put that suggestion in, and then you might not see the, hey, there's been this suggested change made, and all of a sudden your listing shows you're closed on Tuesdays and you're only closed on one Tuesday because it flooded. Google, at the end of this and on the PDF, which we'll give you where you can download, there are some links. One of them is how to optimize your Google listing. There's a great article online about how to go through and optimize this for local listings and local ranking. Bing Places. So how many of you remember Bing? Bing is still around, okay? Bing is still about 6 or 7% of total search engines. Everybody that buys a new laptop or computer with Windows on it, Bing is the default search engine. There is a percentage of people that don't upload Chrome. They keep using Bing, Internet Explorer, whatever it's Edge, whatever it's called now. And they continue to use Bing as a search engine. Bing also drives some of the Yahoo search. So between the two of them, they have somewhere between 8 and 12% of the search engine. Might as well optimize it, okay? It's free. It's not going to it's not going to change your world a lot, but it doesn't take a long time, and might as well do it at the same time. So you go to gingplaces.com, still has 6-7% of search engine results, and it still gets 1 billion unique visitors a month. Okay, so there's still a lot of people going on to Bing. It's not as in depth to optimize it, so I would really encourage you to do it. It also powers Yahoo, so it's worth going ahead and doing bingplaces.com. And it's free. We like free. You need a Microsoft account, but you can create a Microsoft account with your Gmail address that you're using for Google. So don't think you have to have a Hotmail account or Live or at Microsoft. You can create a Microsoft account using your smallfarms@gmail.com, or if you have a G Suite address, it might be bob@smallfarms.com. That is, in fact, a Gmail address when it's set up through G Suite. And then the rest of the setup's very, very similar to Google My Business. This is a little more advanced. So these links are in the presentation that you'll be able to download, but there's Google Search Console and Bing Webmaster Tools. If you have a website, I would recommend you go to both of these tools and make sure that your site is being indexed. What does indexing mean? It means that Google is in fact searching your site and actually putting it up in the listings. There are times when people have websites developed, and during the development process, they have the indexing shut off. Okay, so they're telling search engines, do not index this site. And there have been times when people's sites have gone live that the web developers forgot to turn that off. So the site is live, but Google's not crawling it. All of these search engines aren't crawling it and recording it. So you're not getting that lift. So you might check there. The other thing is with search engines, they don't index every site all the time. So if you have a site that you're making a lot of changes on, or you're adding a lot of pages, or you're writing a lot of blog posts, or you're doing a lot with content, you can go in and you can upload those new URLs that you've added. So, like your blog URLs, and it will index it then instead of waiting for whatever period of time it would normally go through before it indexes it again. So it can help improve your search engine optimization through that. There's also more tools here on reporting that will tell you more about what people might be doing and how they're searching for your site. So it's a little more advanced. I'm not going to spend much time on it. It's worth going in there, putting your website URLs in and see what it tells you to do. And there's a ton of articles that will tell you what to do if you get a lot of little yellow cautions and things that could help you. Most of the time, you're going to be fine. Once in a blue moon, someone's site just never got indexed, never got the switch flipped. Online business listings. So we talked about a couple of them, which is, of course, Google My Business, Bing Places, and a lot of this has to do with restaurants, but I think it's probably pretty consistent across the board. A 1-star increase in a Yelp rating is equivalent to about a 10% increase in revenue. This is primarily for restaurants because that's the largest category on Yelp. But about a third of the people won't go to a restaurant with 3 stars or less. Okay, so that really can hurt you. People are more likely to look at reviews from other people, like our friends and people like us, than they are to look at professional reviews, so they don't trust them. So again, reviews are really important if you want to have social proof, you want to have credibility. A lot of restaurant owners actively monitor and manage their reviews, okay, because they know how important it is to their business. They know a couple bad reviews can really hurt them. And then Yelp. Can I list? How many of you are on Yelp? Good. A lot of people have questions if they can, in fact, be listed on Yelp, because you think of it as mostly restaurants. So 5 million people a day go to Yelp, okay? And based on their policies, farm stands and other place-based businesses are welcome. Again, doesn't take a lot of time, maybe 15, 20 minutes to go through and update this. Maybe you put a little reminder once a month or once a week to be checking it. Make sure you're getting notifications if you're getting reviews on it. But you can, in fact, set up your business on Yelp. If you have a business that's not place-based, you could be a service-based business. So think about it. A plumber is not necessarily place-based. Some plumbers work out of their garage, but they cover 10 miles or 15 miles or 20 miles. So you could, in fact, be a service-based business as well. So I would encourage you to take a look at Yelp. And the worst thing's going to happen is you're not going to be able to list on there, but I would surmise that most of you could have a listing on Yelp. So why not list your booth? Okay, the farmer's market is on Yelp, right?
Yeah, although we don't do paid advertising.
No, and I wouldn't either. But I would say, why isn't every booth listed on Yelp? Be an opportunity, because you can claim your business, biz.yelp.com. You can add your business. If it's not there, you can add it. I would be surprised. You would be surprised how much, if you go on there and put your business in the city you're in, it probably is going to come up, okay? Because they're out there trying to figure out every possible business. You have to be open for 12 consecutive weeks of the year. That's considered. You could, yes.
Back to the Google thing, what would happen if you've got a duplicate in a farm name, somebody in another country, another state is already using that?
Yeah, so the question was what happens if you have a duplicate of a farm maybe in another state or another country? It's location based, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. The only time that I think someone might have gone and tried to claim, they might have seen there were 10 listings in the Pacific Northwest and tried to claim all of them for some unknown reason, but it's based on, all of this is based on location. So search has become really honed in on trying to get you results right where you're at and where you're looking to find things. So I don't think you'll have a problem with that. So anyway, I went on there. Corvallis Farmers Market is on Yelp. It's got 34 reviews, 4.5 stars, listed under Farmers Market. I don't know. I mean, I can at least consider it, try it, see what happens, see if you get reviews. Okay, put a little sticker down on your booth, says, hey, give us a review on Yelp. Okay, Yelp will send you all sorts of little stickers.
If you're new, you have to wait till you've been active for 12 consecutive weeks.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that as long as you're within the spirit of the rules, you'll be okay. Okay. Again, Yelp is just like every other platform. They want people looking for, and they want them to have a good result. What they're looking to make sure doesn't happen is someone's not doing something they shouldn't do. So that, if you're looking on Yelp for something, they don't want you to have a bad experience. They want you to have a good experience. Okay. So I don't think there's anybody out there, checking the clock saying, have you been open for 12 weeks? I would imagine that most of your businesses will show up on Yelp as an unclaimed, unfilled, with one of those really gray pictures of skyscrapers or something up there and nothing else at all on it. Might as well claim it. Might as well optimize it. It's free. 30 minutes of time at most. TripAdvisor. How many of you are on TripAdvisor? Oh, okay. Nobody's on TripAdvisor. Are you? Okay. Well, I didn't see your hand go up. That's okay. It's mostly lodging and restaurants, but it has a things to do listing. Okay. So this may not be for everybody, but if you have a farm stand in the summer, that's a thing to do. Come visit the farm stand. Okay. If you have something that's an activity, why not be there? So when people are coming to Albany or Corvallis, or where is everybody from here? Lebanon, Scio, Sublimity, Almsville, wherever you're coming from, they can look and say, because when you look at a hotel on TripAdvisor, it says, here's things to do in around that area. Why not pop up and say, oh, there's a farm stand going to be open? You have to have a point of interest, okay, as a permanent place. It's got to be family friendly. It's got to meet their animal welfare policy, which I didn't look at, but I'm assuming that means that you treat animals well, that you have. So I would look at that, and it's either open or taking reservations when they're opening. So if your business is open, if it's a permanent place, if it's family friendly, and it meets their animal welfare policy, you can list. And you have a place travelers may visit. Okay. So that would be a place that I would look and say, can I get a little additional lift? And remember, a lot of these things are small incrementals, but if you get 3 and 4% here and 2 and 3% here, and you get a little bit off of Bing, and suddenly you've got your Google Google My Business listing, and everything's firing on all cylinders, and you're controlled, you one also claimed all of your listings, so no one else can go in there. And if someone happens to look you up on Yelp, remember, I said earlier on that people tend to shop from and buy from places that they get favorable impressions on their listings. So what happens if someone does hear about you and for some reason they are a Yelp aficionado and they go to Yelp and you haven't claimed your listing on Yelp? That's a negative, okay? We don't want that to happen. So you never know who lives on TripAdvisor, and that's what they look on first, or who looks on Yelp, or who goes to Bing. So it's an advantage to you to take the time to optimize these technically online yellow pages. So what about Local Harvest? How many of you are on Local Harvest? I would assume that most of you would know about Local Harvest or be on it, okay? It's a great platform. Doesn't get a ton of traffic, but it has about 40,000 family farms, farmers markets and other locations, you know, some restaurants that might be serving up organic food and some other listings on there. You create your own listing and maintain it. It is not, it's not as structured. They're not out there doing they don't have the capacity and the lift to do what a Google or Yelp is doing and going out there and finding all these listings and putting them up and waiting for you to claim them. So you have to create your own listing. Quality varies a little bit on it because, you know, there are really good listings on Local Harvest and there are some that just have nothing on there. And if you've got claimed listings on some of the other platforms, they all meet kind of a minimum standard. But the site does get 7 million views a year, okay? So for people that know of Local Harvest and go on there, you know, when we launched Carts and Tools 6 years ago, we used it to identify everybody in the universe that had a CSA, okay? And we used it to reach out for outreach to talk about these tools we were making for small market farms. And it was, even back then, you know, that was the place to find everybody that had a CSA. Setup's pretty simple. Again, not quite as fancy. So if you haven't gone on to Local Harvest and set up your profile, I would recommend you do that as well. You manage your own listing, a little bit different. You can post events, which is something that's kind of unique. You can also do some of this with like Google My Business. You can do, you can post different types of posts and activities and things going on a lot of these platforms, which a lot of people don't do. A lot of us do an event and we don't do anything. We sometimes don't even post an event on a Facebook event, but there are other platforms that you can be posting these events on, and every single one gets you exposure to a slightly different group of customers. Your profile page on something like Local Harvest could substitute as a website for a short period of time, okay? You know, it's got that ability. All of these could. If you don't have a website, you know, I would certainly have a Google business page set up, but Local Harvest has a little bit more information on it and you've got a little bit more customization you can do. So you might consider using that, or if you're trying something new. And so some final words on this, and then we're going to stop this part and we're going to do some questions, and I'm going to log on and just pull up some things and we'll kind of work through some things. Reviews make the world go round, okay? What do? Well, they help you to better understand your customer, because what your customer is telling you in the reviews is what's important to them. If they say, we loved the parking was important to them. If we loved the customer service, if we love the if whatever that is, they're giving you feedback that you don't get in a lot of ways, okay? It can help you improve your customer service. The other part about it is reviews increase your credibility and your social proof, okay? I can tell you as much about my business as I want, and you don't believe most of it, but if someone else here has a good experience and talks about it, it's 10 times more important and more valuable than what I'm saying about myself. So you want to encourage reviews. Anybody know the best way to encourage reviews? Ask for them. Would you mind giving me a review? If you liked what you saw, would you give me a review? Would you mind taking time to give you a review?
Like on Google or?
Yeah, you can do reviews on Google. You can do reviews on Yelp. You can do reviews on a Facebook page. You can do reviews on all sorts of these different platforms. And reviews make the world go round. The other thing is that if you have a really happy customer, they're like, I don't have time to do a review, You know what I say? I say, would you mind if I write one for you and run it by you? Tell me about the 3 things you liked most about your experience here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, great. Let me write something down and I'll shoot it off to you. And if it's good, you can edit it. Okay, 99% of the time, they're going to say, that's great, thank you. You're going to send it to them. They're going to say, that's fine. I'll post it. They won't even make a change, okay? That's a great way to get testimonials also. And testimonials are a little different than reviews because testimonials might be something you might really splash up on your web page or you might splash there or something. I tend to write those for most people and run it by them, and usually they're happy that I've helped. Sometimes they edit it, sometimes they don't, and it goes up. I don't think there's anything wrong or nefarious about that because I've asked them before I write it, what was it you liked? What were the 3 things that you were really happy about? So you can help people help you by helping them write reviews or testimonials. The other thing that's helped you do is it helps you stand shoulder to shoulder with your competition, okay? If you've got a big competitor out there that's throwing a ton of money at marketing, but it's not really pointed, and you've got 5 great reviews, guess what? Your 5 great reviews can trump their 50 mediocre reviews or their 50 okay reviews. If you've got 5 5-star reviews and they've got 25 reviews and they're 3.5 stars, you look better than them, okay? So it can help you, it can help this David and Goliath type thing. And that's one of the other great things about digital marketing and being online is today, the big players don't have any advantage. We've got local search. We've got tools that are available for free. Every week, they're trying to make them simpler for us to use and to figure out. And they want all of us to be on their platform because ultimately, the better their platform serves their customers, which are our customers, the better it helps us. So it can help you there. Also, it gives them a chance to demonstrate their loyalty, gives them a chance to have their voice about how they feel about you. And you know how it is with some of your customers. They just love what you do, okay? This gives them a place where they can say that to more people than just their next door neighbor or Aunt Edna who's tired of hearing it. Again, better understand your customers, increase credibility and social proof, stand shoulder to shoulder with more established. Okay, so some of the resources here, which are on the PDF, are Getting Started with G Suite, The Ultimate Guide to Google My Business, all written in plain English, How to Improve Your Local Ranking on Google, An Ultimate Guide to Optimizing Your Google My Business Listing, TripAdvisor for Business, the complete guide, and then Local Harvest, Managing Your Listings. Lamplight also threw a few more on here, more about SEO, top 7 social sites, how to use hashtags. Anybody on? We talked a little bit about Instagram last time I was here, how to use Instagram, how to hashtag, 3 ways to market your business for free, and tips to launch your business into the Google sphere. So that's all of the presentation, but now I want to take questions, and I'm happy to just pull up, and we can stop the live stream now. And I'm going to take questions, and I'm going to sit down on my laptop if you want me to pull up sites.